Hey everybody, Ed Jones, developer of the Science of Reading app, available on the App Store. And I just wanted to tell you about a fantastic experiment that's the basis of a lot of the science of reading. I'm going to do this one a little bit different here, mostly because I can't find any resources that really do what I want. So the big thing you should do is go and get a copy of Mark Seidenberg's Language at the Speed of Sight, How We Read, Why So Many Can't, and What Can Be Done About It, which is just full of great research based, evidence-based information about reading. And the one I want to point out right here is how we got to this point. And it's on page 126 of the book. And it just seems so critical, and I can't believe I've searched. I can't find a video. I can't find really not much about it. And the dividing point that he brings up here is research by a guy named Guy Van Orden. So Van Orden is working in the 80s, and at that point, as Seidenberg says, his research was so counter to the prevailing wisdom of how reading was actually accomplished that he had a lot of problems publishing his work. And now it's the foundation for what we call the science of reading, and it's been validated by a lot of other studies of different types and studies that build upon those. And the basic point of that is that in order for you to read, the parts of your brain involved are phonological, that is sound-based. So reading sound is not a lame, a less than optimal. Most of us are not John Kennedy. We don't read naturally at incredibly speeds. And I don't know whether John Kennedy, Mark doesn't talk about that here, but for most of us, nearly everyone, the path through the brain to reading is through sound, because you learned to read. You first learned words, and your brain was wired over thousands and millions of years to hear sounds first, to process those, and then to connect them with ideas. The word tree with that thing that grows out of the ground out there, the word grass with the stuff that grows around it, etc. Okay, so Mr. Van Orden's experiment is a simple setup. So so in the experiment, the volunteer, the subject, is set in front of a screen. And what appears on the screen is a category. So the examples Mark give are a living thing, animal, a vehicle, a tool, a body part, some general category like that. After that, a string of letters appears in the middle of the screen. And the question the question presented to the volunteer is that letter string, the target, a member of the category? So the first example is thigh, Thigh. Is the thigh a part of the category body part? So it would be. And again, the category tool, and then string hammer. Is a hammer a tool? Yes, it is. So you go through that for quite a few. So then the crucial part of this experiment is that at some point among the category, for example, animal, is a string of letters B-A-R-E. Is B-A-R-E an animal? Most people will say no, it's not. Bear sounds like the word B-E-A-R, which is an animal, but it's not the word. But here's the key. They don't get it right all the time, and they take longer to do it. And this is throughout, time after time, in all kinds of categories, with adjusting for various different things. People are always confused by the word or the string of letters that looks like a word that's part of the category, but isn't really. Another one was S-U-T-E. Is that an article of clothing? No, it's not. That would be an S-U-I-T. That should be an easy answer, but it's not. It's thrown off because people are, when they're seeing that string of letters, they're hearing the word suit, and their reading is processing that as a potential category of the word, a potential member of the category clothing. Amazing, isn't that? That is the fundamental dividing line. Those experiments between when we weren't quite sure how people read, and now we are sure. Lots of experiments again came after that and built upon it, but that's the original one, and it's just amazing that that I've gone to search on the internet for this, the Van Orden experiments, and not only can I not find a nice professionally done video, that I really can't find any mention at all. A couple things scattered here, buried. So I find that just fascinating. So there you go, folks. That is, and get Mark's book and read more about that. But that is the lesson here. So thank you.